Today's postcard comes from on top of a Surrey hill. Our guide is Brian Green, and we're at the Dulwich and Sydenham Hill Golf Course, Surrey.
The big block of flats behind me, where you can see Canary Wharf just flashing to the right of it, that stands on the site of an ancient fort. And into this century, the ditches, the large double ditches and embankments were still in evidence. And it's an almost conical hill, so a good defensive position. And because of the high ground that was selected as a fort, that's why the place we're standing, also on high ground,
yeah, a little bit of a lump,
is covering what is a nuclear bunker.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. It was deactivated, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, manned by the Royal Observer Corps, who had a team up here on a part-time basis, but there was enough food and water here. I think it was for 14 days, it could have been a month, and they had a system where they were trained that if there was a nuclear attack on London, then they would have periscopes which would measure the life that was actually left by looking round in a sort of 360-degree circumference, radio that information back to wherever government in safety was. Right. And as you can see, it's a very clear field of vision.
What a vantage point. Absolutely. Now, we're on, well, this is Dulwich and Sydenham Hill Golf Club. I presume that's Sydenham Hill over there, is it? Where
that's
we can
Sydenham
see
Hill and Dulwich Woods.
Ah, right. Anything interesting about those?
The woods are mainly oak, and they're still very dense. Well worth having a look, and it's open to the public.
Right, so you can have a look there. And what about famous celebrities moved to Dulwich? I mean, the most famous one that we read about in the newspapers was Margaret Thatcher, of course.
Margaret Thatcher, of course. Well, the Governor of the Bank of England is a resident.
Eddie George.
Eddie George, the head of the Civil Service. Sir Robin Butler is a resident. So we've got Lord Sainsbury's house. We just passed on our way.
These are all
here.
Powerful, in control people, you
That's
know, Brian.
Right. and of course, the reason they're here is the same reason the Georges moved in 1750. In 20 minutes, you can be in your office.
That's right. Same old story.
Same old story.